Rightio, let's start this thing. That one. Hello. Make sure my cameras are all pointed in the right direction. This light is like right in my face and there isn't as much ambient light because it's a bit later, so I have to live with the glare a little bit. Oh well, hopefully it's all good. Much the same as last time, I was asked to build a PC, so I'm doing it. Quick run through on the specs. AMD Ryzen 7 9700X, very fast. Not the fastest gaming CPU in the world, but she's plenty fast enough. 32 gigs of RAM, 6000 mega transfers per second, 1 terabyte SSD, AMD Radeon 9060 XT, 16 gigabyte. This XFX one this time. Last time I did a power color one, just because this was the... Oh, hello Tori, thank you for lurking. Just because this one was... the deal I got on the last one had ended and this one was the next best deal. It is kind of funny because like electronically these two graphics cards are basically identical, but for some reason XFX decided that they needed to use a box that is like twice the size. Hey ho, what you gonna do? I'm just gonna get started, so let me move some of this stuff aside and grab my tools. Trying to put this in some sort of an order so that I'm grabbing the stuff in the right order when I get to it. Right, motherboard. This time I'm going full ATX. Last time was a micro ATX, M-ATX case. So it's a little bit bigger. It's a much bigger case, but I think I worked out what this is for last time. There was a screw missing, and I think this was just a stopper to go underneath where that screw would have gone. But I don't know. I'll leave that in the motherboard case for now. That I don't need. These I am going to take out because I am going to use these, because the person in question has got a couple old drives that they want to add in. So I'm going to run the cables for that ahead of time so that when they come to connecting their drives, it should be relatively simple. Oh shit. Hopefully that wasn't too long ago. I bumped the mouse and the mouse bumped the button. Apologies. Hopefully that won't happen again. I've moved the mouse. But yeah, I think you could still all hear me, just not see me. This motherboard is actually quite nice for the budget, because it's quite a, it's a relatively well priced board, but it's got really good I/O and stuff for its price. You've got 4 full-sized PCIe slots, though these ones look like they're all wired up for by 8. Oh no, they're all wired up for by 1. Okay, that's less impressive, but still full-sized slots, so you can fit other cards in there, just obviously not anything that's going to be super performant required, but it's got 3 M.2 slots, bunch of USBs and Wi-Fi 6 and yeah, not bad for its price. Okay, dokie. First things first, I'm going to do the CPU. Hello, Mark. Thank you for lurking. Okay, let's just move that forward so it's a little bit more in the camera. And this CPU is a little bit more sensible than the last one, just because, you know, don't need quite as many cores and threads, and benefit more from the faster single-threaded performance that this thing offers. Let's open her up. Goes that way, because there's a little triangle there and a little triangle there. This is actually the same CPU that I have in my machine. I like it. It's a good CPU. And that's in there nice and snug and isn't going anywhere. Put that down. This always, whenever, if you're a first time builder, this bit always will freak you out because it requires more force than you think it should. And you get this little jobby popping up. And it is important to save these in case you ever need to transport your motherboard or your CPU separate from each other. RAM 32 gigabytes, 6,000 mega transfers per second. I hope these are the black ones, but they might be red. Oh yeah, black ones. Ooh, comes with a sticker. I'll put all the stickers together so that they can all go out to the new owner. Again, on the legend on the motherboard it tells me which ones to populate, in which case it's A2, in this case it's A2 and B2. So that's those two. And let's just have a look at where the little slot is. Nope. Is it that way? Looks right. Sorry if I'm in the way of the camera. Yeah, that's the right way. There we go. Nice satisfying click. And this will go the same way, so sticker on the same side. Goes in there, goes in there, and clickety click. And that's the RAM. We are making good progress. Next up, SSD. 1 terabyte. Western Digital Green. NVMe Gen 4. Fast interface, not the fastest SSD in the world, but the truth is, for most people, you don't need the fastest SSD in the world. It's interesting, if you look at tests between fast SSDs and slow SSDs, because their individual speeds are so high, that like even if you get one that's twice as fast, you know, it's, oh, it takes 4 seconds to load instead of 6 seconds, you know, it's, well, maybe not quite exactly those numbers, but you know what I mean. When you're talking about shaving such small margins, that way. Ooh, hang on. That way. Sorry, I confused myself because I'm looking at the board upside down. Come here. Okay, that is interesting. This needs a screw. I didn't see a screw in the bag. There must be one. In the box, rather. So where, oh where, is our motherboard? There we go. Look at that tiny little fucking thing. Teeny tiny little thing and easy to miss. The previous one, it was all one screw. The cover and the SSD itself were all screwed in on one screw, which I thought was a cool idea, and they seem to have not carried that over onto this board. Hello, Mermagil. AC Museum Lego set, nice. Okay, so got me tiny screw. You know, I genuinely thought that this would be a lot greener on account of that's got a big green sticker on it and this one does not. It's interesting. I mean, it doesn't matter, I just figured that this thing would have a big green sticker on it. Oh well. This I find goes in at a slight angle just till it's slid in, and then you push it down and then you screw it in. And make sure you're screwing it into the standoff. I have seen a number of people don't realize that there's a standoff, and they'll like either have the whole standoff or, you know, get it wrong somehow and end up like bending the SSD because they're kind of screwing it into the motherboard rather than into the standoff, if that makes sense. Because the standoff itself can come out to accommodate a shorter SSD, so they unscrew the standoff, put the SSD in, and then screw it in with the standoff, bending the SSD. That's very bad, don't do that. We are peeling the peel. This is for the little heat thing, which is a very nice black. I've not seen a little black heat pad like that before, but I don't hate it. In there. And that screws down there. Okie dokie, and that is the SSD. We are making great progress. That is basically the motherboard set up already. I'm worried that I'm going to rush and get this whole thing done in like an hour. But hey ho, I wouldn't be upset about that. Going to do the CPU cooler now, just because it is an air cooler, like so. So if I put the cooler on now, it gives me something else to grab onto. And it'll be easier putting this on with it being out of the case than once it's in the case. This is a Thermalright Assassin 120. It's a really good low budget cooler. Like, it is relatively cheap, but it sort of hits well above its price class, if that makes sense. It has the performance without breaking the bank, and this is a relatively, I mean, it's the 65 watt TDP chip, so where's my mouse? You, my dear sir, can go away. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's a 65 watt TDP chip, so it's not that power hungry or hot. So even though this is a relatively, it's not a small cooler by any extent, it is quite a large cooler. It's just not one of those ginormous ones that you get that you see is kind of in vogue at the moment. Okay, we need to dig out the mounting hardware. They do this nice thing where they color code these. So we have red ones for AMD and blue ones for Intel. And then the black ones are for old Intel. So we will need the red ones, as well as these two brackets. Also going to take the fan attachments out, because those are also in here. These little wire attachments, they're quite clever, but they can be quite fiddly as well. Let go of my little wire. See what I mean about fiddly? Little wire thingies, very fiddly, but they work well. I'm not going to bother with their... To be fair, their thermal paste is not bad at all. It's like perfectly fine. But I am using my MX4 because I like MX4. I trust MX4. I've been using MX4 for years. Okay. Step 1, remove brackets. Hello, Sarah. I'm sure you do. Yeah, I think this is the same cooler we use for yours, or at least a sibling of it. There's like a couple different varieties, if that makes sense. It's also a sibling of your motherboard. It's like the one step down from yours, because I believe yours is the Gigabyte Gaming AX, and this is the Gigabyte Eagle AX. If anything, this system is probably more in common with yours than anyone else's, because it's the same CPU as well. I need to look at the book, because I can never remember if it goes out or in. I think it's out, but let me look at the board. Oh, and is it those same screws? Okay, no, I need to take a step back here, because I almost forgot the standoffs. There's my little booklet. Take those off. Standoffs first. Screws from the bag. Out. Okay, so I need to open up my little bag. Can anyone see my knife? I had it. I used it to open the box. Right. Okay. I've made the same mistake I made last time, which is to not have a tray handy that I can put screws in, but I'm going to use this. So that will stop my screws from rolling away, including these. Actually, I'm not going to mix these screws up. I'm going to put them there. Okay. 4 little plastic standoffs. Then this. They go out. And they are the outer holes. So. Oh, that's fun. The magnet magnetized the screw, which then stuck to the bracket, making that just a little bit awkward to get in without it sticking. Okay, I'm not going to tighten that so that I can adjust the other one till it's in place. down. And now to do the same with the other one. Down and tighten that down. These are not going anywhere. Okie dokie. Remove, peel off lateral before you use it. Very important. And thermal poop. Trusty old MX4. What shape should I do? I'm going to do a smiley face. Or at least try to. Okay, not really a smiley face, but that should be enough thermal paste. Now, Thermaltake logo that way or that way? I think that way because that matches, like that's sort of that way. That, oh shit, no, that's the other way. That's that way. So my option is tilt the words so that they match the motherboard or tilt them so that they match the RAM. You know what? Some of the RAM is the other, some of the motherboard is the other way as well. Ah, for fuck's sake. I'm going to go this way. Yeah, I'm going to go this way so that when you're reading it in the case, it reads top to bottom. That makes sense, doesn't it? Okay, you can just stay there. Oh, that is not at all lined up. Line up, damn you. There we go. This requires a little bit of force just to get started because it is sprung. Are you on there? Yeah, there we go. And then we just go back and forth, tightening a little bit at a time so that it applies even pressure across the whole CPU. We keep going until they stop. There we go. Oh, come on. Right, that is very securely on there. Now the fan. Okay, fan cable is there. If I put the fan that way, then the cable can go underneath it because it's plugging in over there. So that'll give the shortest run to the plug. Come on, why are you not? Why are you fighting me, plug? That's right, why are you fighting me? There we go. There we go. And then these go in on the outside here. The fuck? Is that thunder? Oh, that's exciting. It is not as warm in my office today, but I am still sweating a little bit. And that goes on there like that, and then we pull this little spring thing so that it goes there, and pull the little spring thing until it clips in. Come on. Why is that not right? Fight me, you little bastard. That is very securely in place, and the cable is tucked away. Oh, let's just pull that in there. Yeah. Cable's tucked away. C'est fini. This is damn near almost a full computer already. I'm going to move this aside and I'm going to start on the case next. Let me just start putting things away so that I don't lose anything. This stuff here all needs to go together. All of this stuff I'm going to put in the motherboard box to go to the customer. The client, I guess I should say. Because they didn't buy me a computer from me, they commissioned me to make one. So it's different. This next bit is going to get a little bit interesting because it's a much larger case than last time. So I feel like it's going to somewhat dwarf my little table. Alright. What way do we want to do this? I think I'm just going to cut it here and then go from there. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to, instead of trying to remove the case from the box, I'm going to remove the box from the case. That better. Put that over there. So very gently move the foam. Yeah, this is a lot bigger. A lot bigger. Okay. Let's take the glass off, and I'm going to put this in the box in between the foam to protect it. Safe. We have our user manual. This is not small, is it? Yeah, 3 fans pre-installed, which is nice. Got a box there that I need to get out. Okay, these. Okay, the fans are not daisy chainable, which is a pity because the last one was also the same brand, but it came with the daisy chainable case. Oh, that's quite cool. This is a dust filter that just slides into the front of the case here. I'm going to take this out, and let's take the back off. How does the back look? The back looks fine. Decent amount of ventilation. Oh, another magnetic dust filter on the back here. So this is filtered up the wazoo. So that's quite nice. Okay. Let's take our accessories box out. Oh, fancy! This is a vertical GPU riser, GPU bracket. And it looks like it's a fairly universal one as well. Huh. That's quite nice. I'm not going to use this because I don't like them, but it is quite a handy thing to have. And there are various screws and some zip ties. And it's got a removable hard drive tray. This is a fairly full-featured case considering it is really cheap. Like, you can definitely feel like this is not the most premium of material, but it's well laid out. And the truth is, when you're not building in it, like once it's sitting on your desk, kind of doesn't matter how it feels because you're not touching it a whole bunch. But I mean, yeah, it would be nicer if it was a little bit more premium. Giant massive cables that I'm going to have to deal with, but for now I'm just going to leave those there. Oh, I want to get... Where is my bag? Before I forget, I'm going to connect a fan splitter to the two front fans. Not because I don't have enough fan headers on the motherboard, I certainly do. But having them both plugged into the same one means that I can control them as a single unit rather than trying to run them separately. If that makes sense. And I'll slide that under there for now. Actually, no, let me figure out where I'm running this cable. There isn't really space. That is a bit of an oversight. I don't like that. There isn't a clear cutout for where these fan cables should go. That isn't going to be visible. Welcome back. How are you doing, Sarah? I don't know why I'm fussing with these fan cables, I just want to get them out of the way, but I've suddenly found an issue, so I need to think of a better way of doing this. So my options are, I could run them out through like that hole there, but then they're going to cross this bit here and that's going to look terrible. I can run them out through that hole there. I need to tie them, like I could tie them there and then run it, so it would just be that little bit visible. Or I can run them straight down there, and then they just run at the bottom there. I think tying them at the top and running them through that top hole is going to be the least visible. I mean, you'll still be able to see them a little bit, but it's only a tiny little line. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to just tie them with... where am I going to tie them? There is a little hole here. Just tie them together, I think. Oh, that's annoying. I'd hope that this... if I run that through... just run these out through this hole here. And it's just that tiny little bit there, which isn't so bad. Okay, motherboard time. Right, let's count standoffs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But what I need is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I need to populate these 3 points. So far it's going good. It's going quickly. I feel like this build is already coming together quicker than the previous one did. But I'm now fighting with the larger case, so that may slow down a little bit. Where did I put my little tray for screws? And I've got a tool for this. Excuse me. This one? No. It's this one. Yes. Nope. A little standoff, so not magnetic. Come on. Come on. Don't fight me. There we go. It's just learn the lesson I learned last time, which is started by the hand and then screw it in with the screwdriver. Now that's interesting. I'm just looking. This has got holes for eATX as well. I mean, it's a big enough case, certainly. This fan cable I need to move out of the way. These are all on screws, so I don't need to worry about those. I am now going to put the motherboard into the case. So this one has got an integrated I/O shield, which is very nice, and that saves the hassle of having to force the I/O shield into the case. That should go right there. I'm just checking all my screw holes are lining up. That's lining up with that, that's there, that's there. Just a little bit tight. Let's just go there. There we go. Okay, pick one and start. Always fun when they put all the screws in the same bag, so you have to try and work out which ones are which. No. Yes. Come on. There, okay. Okay. No. Yes. There we go. That's right. Ah, screwing in screws, always exciting. This is truly the thrilling part of the build. Getting your screws in. Don't fight me, you little shit. Come on. Oh, there we go. That's it. Oh, really? Really, Mr. Screw? Oh, that's why. Buffoon. That was the wrong screw. Those ones are right. I'm just going to try and pick some out so that I can get to them quicker. Magnetic screwdrivers are great some of the times, but they can fight you as well. I should move the whole thing that way a little bit. Just to give a slightly better angle. We are definitely making fairly good progress here. I think I'm going to be done in under an hour. You know, I'm at 45 minutes now, and some of that was just chatting, so... I actually shouldn't say that because I'm going to definitely spend some time cleaning up cables at the end because there are quite a lot of them. Huh. Yeah, that's less fun. Yeah, if you told me that screwing was not as much fun when you're an adult, who would have known? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So that's all them screws. Now, I think I'm going to tackle the case plugs first, case cables first, and then I'm going to do the power supply, because then the power supply can kind of essentially, the big cables will go over the small cables and thus do a better job of hiding them. Okie dokie. I'm going to stick this in through here. So that way it's... Hello? Oh, next drum, never mind. And that can come out through there and plug in over... Oh. Plug in over... come on, you can do it. In you go. There we go. And then this one I'm going to put through the same hole and plug in there, like so. And then we can tug all of these cables down. And then if I tie them, like that's quite a hefty bloody thing, isn't it? I mean, like that, like that. I'm trying to think how to make this as clean as possible. I think like that works. And then I'll tie these up at the back, over there. Now, okay. Let us unbundle all of these cables and start putting them through holes. God, my hair is already doing the thing. I'm starting to think it's just the standing up that's doing it. Though, I mean, normally I have a fan or something in here, but... Try and keep the audio good. So a tiny little room, all closed up. Okay, let's spread these out so they're all going to where I need them to go. Okay, those are all going to the same place. Let's tuck these over these, because then this I can just tie down to there. So that's not going anywhere, right? Okay. Just trying to work out where best to put all of these. Okay, this one. Reset switch. Reset switch. Okay, I see. Okay, LED switch I am not going to need, because I tain't got none LEDs and I tain't got none controller. So I'm just going to bundle this together, tie it up, and forget it was ever here. Stay. Okay, USB. They've done the same. This was the same thing that they did with the last case. They bundled the USB and the HD audio together. These are going to go through these holes, I think. HD audio is definitely going to go through the front. This one I think goes in there. This one I believe will go through here. Sorry, I'm trying to remember what the motherboard looks like on the other side. That one will also go through there. These ones will go in through there. Okay. Is that all, everything taken care of? No, reset switch also got to go through that one. Okay. Let's flip this thing over, plug all those in, and then I will get to tidying them up. Okay, nope, stay. Okay. Since you two are fighting me so hard, I'm going to do you first. This is the USB Type C, which only goes in one way. You can never tell which way is the one way. Okay. That goes in there like that. USB Type A goes in. Come on. Oh, I hate this fucking. Oh god, that's so crunchy. That is in. See, look. These fucking USB 3s suck. Quite frankly. I don't like it. Okay. Front USB. That goes that way. And that plugs in over there. Come on. Nope, that's not right. There we go. That goes in there. Okay. And the HD audio. Oh, yeah. This is the front panel audio. It goes in that way. Like so. In, please. There we go. Okay. Now, front panel. Now, that's very small lighting, but it's fine. Let's see if I can do this from memory. Reset switch are those two. Power switch are those two. Okay, hard drive LED is bottom one and plus is that side. Yep. Go. And last but certainly least, the power LED, which is split just to make life even more difficult. And those two go in there and there. Okay. And that's the horrible fiddly bit done. God damn, we are making progress. I'm going to clean up some of these cables and then I'm going to fight with the power supply. Do that like that, and then I can bundle those all together and tie that there. Come on, there we go. Right, that cable is done. See, this and this, kind of want, if I can tie that there, that'll keep those pointed in the right direction, and then I'll bundle that bit up and tuck it in over there. So let's tie this off here. And I will say this case has got a lot of cable tie points, which is nice. So it's a well laid out case. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's pretty good. And like, you know, one of the things that you often don't see with budget cases is that they're well laid out. But this one, they've managed to sort of essentially do it all. I'll leave that there because I'm going to be putting the CPU power there, so I can tie that up when I tie that down. This, if I bundle these together, I'm going to save this because I'm going to connect this up to the 24 pin when that goes in. Because the 24 pin will come up through there, so I can bundle all of this in with the 24 pin there, through there, and then the graphics card, the PCIe power will probably go through there, I think, and I can bundle that up there. Before I forget, I wanted to run these. Oh hey Sophie, how you doing? Sophie, everyone Sophie. No doubt Sophie will be the next one asking me to build her a PC. Because I got the other two. Okay, I'm going to run these SATA cables now. Because our client has some drives that they want to use. Some old drives. So if I run the cables now, then it'll be easier for them when they plug stuff in. Right, I will update your PC rather than build you a whole new one. To be fair, I have some plans. Though, if I remember correctly, the case we used was flipping tiny. So that might be a bit exciting to try and fit stuff in there, but I should be able to manage. Come on. Okay. That is not the prettiest fucking cable run, but it works. Come on. Right. Now where are these going to? I'm just going to stick these straight into the, I could go under there, these can go straight into this hard drive caddy here. So if you want to install hard drives, you just need to look for the hard drive caddy, and that's where the cables are. Okay. Okay, power supply next. Yeah, power supply. We are making progress. Let's move this off to the side. Get this open. This is basically the same power supply I used for the last one, because frankly it's the best price to performance power supply available at the moment, so I am happy to keep using it. It's not that warm. I think I'm just a little bit sweaty from wandering around, and there's no breeze because I've got the door closed behind me, so I'm like, it's very close in here even though it's not terribly warm. Okay, that goes that way there. This goes in here. This is very difficult to show on camera because obviously all the cameras are facing this way and the thing is facing that way. So you're just going to have to believe me. It's very boring. I'm lining up the screw holes and screwing things in. Also because that camera shines all the way down the hall. And what's at the end of the hall is the boys' litter tray. So if I left it on, you'd see through the door all the way to the bathroom, and you might be able to watch the cats pooping, which I'm sure no one wants to do. To be fair, I don't think Robin would like people watching her going in and out of the bathroom either. Right, power supply is screwed in. One What I'm actually going to do before I forget is start putting things into this motherboard box, because now I don't need the motherboard box for anything, so all of the little bits and bobs can safely go back in here so that people will be able to find them when they need them. Anything else that needs to go in here before I miss anything? That. No, that stuff needs to go in. No, that stuff needs to go in. Yeah. Alright. Motherboard box, and let's dig out these power supply cables. Okie dokie. You, no one cares about, so I'm going to bundle you up and stick you straight back in right now. Because Mr. Molex, no one uses you anymore. Sorry. Away, away, away. Okay. Now these I'm going to stick in here. I'm going to bundle this. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bundle these cables together because these are the SATA power and the SATA data cables. So I just bundle these all together here and stick them into the hard drive tray. Then, should someone go looking, they will find all of the things they need to plug in a hard drive all in the same place. And in the place the hard drive goes. And hopefully that'll mean one fewer late night messages. Because there are always late night messages for some reason. Yeah, we'll leave that there for now. This one goes up here. How do I want to do this? I think if I put that there, so I go that way around. Okay, you are my PCIe power, and you are my CPU power. That's interesting. Good to know. That's good to know. The other one, which was 750, this is 650. 750 has got two PCIe cables. This one's only got one. Not that it matters, because it's still got two plugs. It's just all on one cable. So I think I'm going to leave this one here for now until I've got the graphics card in, because I want to see where the graphic card sits so I can work out which hole is best to plug that into. I mean, to be fair, Molex has its place. It delivers a hell of a lot of power for such a small plug. But God, I'm glad we don't have to use them for PC building anymore. Getting them in and out of hard drives, fuck, that was a pain in the ass back in the day. 24 pin. This was the same one I fought with on the other one. It's just, cable itself is just a little bit tight and difficult to bend. Come on. God, fucking deep. Like, the best thing about modular power cables, like, fuck everything else. Just having that one being modular would be so much easier. Because you could plug it in before you put the motherboard in, then just run the cable through. Christ, we're at graphics card already. Yeah. Fans are done. CPU power. Yep. Front panel. Yep. Graphics card. Now I am very curious as to what all is in this box, because this is not a big graphics card, but this box is fucking large. I was half jokingly, I suggested that maybe they only bought one size box, so then all the different cards would go in the same damn box. To be fair, it could also be that thing where they're just taking up shelf space, so they're doing it to piss off all the retailers and stuff, so that they, you know, like, their things look more impressive on the shelf because it's in a bigger box. Oh. That's just a cardboard box. Let's move this over. Try not to lose anything. That's quite nice. QR codes for installation. Foam. And here is the graphics card. Like, it is a bit bigger than the other one, because the other one was about that long and was thinner than this as well. But like, there's still a lot of empty here. Just wonder if there's anything else under this foam. I don't think so. Yeah. A lot of box, a lot of foam. This is a good looking card though. It's like kind of elegant. I know Mark was saying he quite likes the look of the XFX cards. Oh, my hair is being ridiculous. I really need to fucking cut my hair at some point. Yeah, see? Like, simple and elegant, right? Not too fancy, but not ugly by any stretch. Oop. Oh. That's disappointing. It's not a great peel. It's almost too sticky. Feels more like you're peeling tape off than a good plastic peel. Yeah. No, don't like that at all. That's properly sticky. I don't like it. Excuse me. Oh, my bin's under my desk. I can't get to it anymore. Okay, you can go over there. Little shiny bits on the fans with an elegant little X. Another peel on the back. Oh, see, that one's better. That's a much nicer peel. Take that off. Yeah, I like that. That's a nice looking card. Okay. 2 slots. Second and third. Where did I put my screwdriver? Right there. One screw. Two screw, and take those out and put those over there. That is open. And then this should just slot right in there. You know what? That is annoying. Like the cable is right in line with where the graphics card is. Like it fits, but there's no way of doing this without kind of that cable interfering with the graphics card. There we go. That's in. Then we just put them screws back. This was quite an easy build, he says before it is posted, and thus might be in for several hours of troubleshooting. Hopefully not. Okay, now I just need to work out where I want to run that PCIe power. Oh yeah. Now our options are there, so it'll come out through that hole and over there, or there, which I can't really get to because it's covering the thing, or there, in which case it's running. Let's move that over so you can see what I'm pointing at. That hole is not going to work because it's covered up by the graphics card. That one is an option, but then we have the cable kind of running that way, so it's quite prominent. And the other one is that hole there, so then it's running up through the bottom and there. I think I'm going to go with this one, just because I feel like that's going to be the neatest. It's going to, like, it's there, but could go from higher up here, but then it's interfering with everything, so yeah. That one it is. Come on. Out you come. Out you come. Don't fight me. Really? Really? There you go. Oh. Nope. Okay. So 8-pin, that plugs in there like so. Oh. Okay, that's in. I'm gonna tie that together just so that it's a little bit neater, so you've not got that bit flopping around. Use one of these. Some cable management to do, but before I tie everything down, let's see if she works. Because that, aside from some cable management, is done. Okay. That's off, so I can go in there. Then I need the HDMI cable. Right. How are we feeling? Do we think this is going to work? Power and oh, that's the other thing. I want my keyboard. Plug my keyboard in so that if it wants a keyboard, I have one attached. Hello? Is that not the right power thing? No, that's the right button. Hum, 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 hum. That's on. That's in. Are you plugged in? No! Okay. Let's try again. Aha! We have little blinky lights. Interesting spot for debug LEDs. Fans are all spinning. Spinning, 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 spinning. And easy as that, we have a post. And then we press Y. There is no OS installed, so let's reset everything and see if it goes to... Hello Tori, welcome back. This should now go straight into the BIOS. There we go. Make sure everything, load, optimize defaults and boot. Now we want to enter the BIOS, please. Come on, go into BIOS, please. How do I make it do the thing? Load optimize defaults and enter BIOS. Load defaults and boot. Yeah, okay, thank you, but you can do the thing, please. This is just it not liking. Do you just not like the mouse pointer? See, it likes that. System has experienced a boot failure. I know the system has experienced a boot failure. It's because it's not got an operating system, you moron. Take me to the BIOS. Really? Really? Yes, boot failure detected, I know. Enter the BIOS. Okay, yes, thank you. Load defaults. Okay, that one. And then escape. No. Enter. No. Spacebar. No. Clicking on it. No. It's working, it's just not answering my message. Previous settings in BIOS may not be compatible. Possibly due to current CPU speed, current wall clock. I'm going to have a play around with this. I'm not sure why it's fighting me on not going into the BIOS. I might just not like this keyboard. Might be a battery thing. Might also be an older BIOS itself. But that's not an issue. I can install a new BIOS. But again, I'll do that off stream. I might need to put a different BIOS on here. I might just reset the... No, it did reset the BIOS. I'll worry about this in a bit. Point is it's posted, which means it's working. This is all just setup stuff that I need to do off screen, and I'll install Windows and all of that stuff. So I'm going to be ending soon. Does anyone have any questions, comments, thoughts? What I'll do in the meantime is I'm just going to button it up so you can see what it looks like. This one has got peel on both sides, but it's not a good peel. Okay. Oop. That one is a little longer, so that one first, and then that one, and down. It's well laid out. The material is a little bit cheap and plasticky. It's got loads of decent airflow, lots of space for cable management. I think it looks decent enough. Like, it's big, that's for sure. Like, it's got, if I hold it up here, like, it's got loads of ventilation on the front, and I quite like the sort of the vertical line pattern at the front there. Kind of looks all industrial. It's got mesh filters on all the fans. It's got bunches of I/O on the front, or I guess on the top. So yeah, it's a very good case for the money. If you're spending more than, I think, £45, which is what I spent on this, you can get something better. And like, I've just noticed there's a missing rivet there, so build quality is not spectacular. The materials are not spectacular, but I really like it for the money. I would say if you're spending, if you care about your case in terms of aesthetic and feel, maybe spend a little bit more than this. But if what you want is something that is good to put a computer in and are happy to save a bit of money, I think it's perfectly fine. And the build was easy. I mean, that was quick as hell. Right. Yeah, if I move the damn monitor for a start. This is what it looks like with the side panel on, which it mostly looks like glare because of this 2 layers of peel we've got going on here. If I block that, now that doesn't help with the glare at all. What if I tilt that the other way? No, that doesn't help either. Yeah, lots of space. I did build a PC in a bin. Can I help you? I have a small feline interloper. I did indeed build a PC in a bin. And it is better than that. I think I'm going to end here and I'm going to work out what's going on with this BIOS, because I might need to install a new BIOS just because it is a 9000 CPU and it's a 650. So if the older BIOSes for this motherboard don't support the CPU, but the newer ones do. That said, it was getting information, so it might also just be that it didn't like the keyboard. Because it's like, hang on, is this a keyboard or a mouse? And it's like, it's both. How dare you confuse me like that? And yeah, thank you very much everyone for joining. I'll do some cable management, I'll do some troubleshooting, but she works, and I think it looks good. Ooh, let's try not to bang the mic. This graphics card is nice. Again, not the most premium feeling, but I mean the back plate is metal, it looks very good, it's a decent size, it's not too big. I'm quite happy with this. Bye bye everyone, and I will see you next time. I'm gonna see if there's anyone I can raid, so if you want to stick around for a raid, please do. Who am I following? How do we feel about raiding someone who's playing Fortnite? Let's do that. Okay.